My name is Frank, and I got a story to tell. No, but I got a story to tell.
That was so ugly.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, it was like sophomore year, right? And my roommate was Cam and Luis. And Luis was like the orchestra, he's like the party man. He always came up with all the parties and shit. So he was telling us, he was like, hey man, we got this party going on tonight. And I was like, alright, bet. You know, I wasn't doing nothing. Well, even if I was, it was the weekend. It was Texas State, we go up, you know. And so he orchestrated the party, and then I was like, alright, so you driving? He was like, no, I'm taking Pat and Sam, and I got some females. I was like, oh, okay, shit, you know, we got some females. All right, so me and Cam and some other people, we drive up to this party, right? It's in the middle of nowhere. Like, that's where most parties are happening. And so, I don't know what was keeping, but first thing I noticed when we get there, there's a long-ass line of people in the front, right? And I don't know what was keeping them at the front. I'm like, bro, I don't want to wait in that line. And it's in the middle of nowhere, so, like, we go through the back. Like, we park in the back entrance, and like, we just go through a long field, and we're in the back of the party. I didn't want to deal with all the people in the front, right? So we get in the party, and first thing I noticed, like, there's a whole bunch of niggas and, like, a small amount of females. And at this time, like, we was just going out to have fun. Like, our other group of friends, Louise and them, you know, they go out, you know, they trying to get some females and, like, you know, shit like that. But, like, me and Cam was the hype man. Cam was the hype man back then. And he was always turning up, you know, trying to get people turned up. So we get in there, and then there's so many niggas, and like, oh, bro, I'm not finna turn up with a bunch of niggas. But then, so I see my nigga Pat and Sam, and they're already in the party. So, and they're in there, and they're talking, you know, they're all doing their own thing. And then I see my nigga Pat, they're playing some actually good music this time, and my nigga Pat's turning up. He doesn't usually turn up, he's usually on the wall.
Hold up, Pat, yeah! Hold up, Pat, yeah! Hey!
Turned up, right? He's hitting the house like, hey, everybody's getting turned up. And when he's turned up like this, he's usually not like this. Let me keep that in mind. He's usually not like this. So I'm like, hey man, you came here with some females, right? You turned up. Like, what's up? You finna hit something? And all right, Pat, you know, you might as well go dance with those females that you came with. And he's like, nah, man, I'm just trying to turn up. I'm just having fun. I'm like, bro, stop being a bitch, man. Just go talk to him. You know, just go turn up with them. They're trying to turn up with you. And he goes over and he starts dancing with it. And they kind of looking at him, but I'm like, oh, okay, you know. So I leave him to his business, and then I go do my own thing, right? And this is all before, you know, they start playing some Chief Keef, right? And shit got aggressive. We were just in that hole, and like it was playing. I can't remember the song yet right now, but oh yeah, fucking cool.
Yeah, it was Finito. It was probably Finito.
Yeah, it's probably Finito, right? And so we're just in a big like mosh pit. Right, and all these niggas, and then we just start pushing each other back and forth, and we're having fun. We're like, and then they'll push us back, and then we push them, so we're in there, and then we're in this hole, and we're pushing niggas, right, back and forth, and then next thing, a nigga pushed me a little bit too hard, and I'm like, all right, nah, fuck that shit, you know. We was just having some fun, but I guess I was pushing hard too. I'm not gonna lie, but you can't push me back like that. So then. Next thing I know, this nigga is not paying attention. I was like, ooh, I can get that nigga an elbow. Well, not an elbow, but I pushed him harder than I should have. I'm not gonna lie. And he falls into some other niggas. And then they're like, hey, you know, and a whole scuffle started because whenever I pushed him, he went into the speakers, and then all the music went off. And then I'm like, oh shit, you know, I just moved away to the side because I don't want to start no problem. I'm not no bitch, but I don't want to start no problems, okay? So, you know, I just move over to the side and like, all right, you know, that part of the night is over. Let's just have a good time. Next thing I know, you know, I'm trying to separate myself. Next thing I know, these niggas get on this nigga's ass. This nigga's getting whooped. Like, I'm like, all right, man, shit. You know, I felt bad for him. Like, hey, you know, but I didn't want to get involved. So, you know, we're trying to get out of there. I'm like, I tell Cam, like, hey, man, we need to get out of here. And yeah, so I don't know what happened after that. Like my niggas Sam and Luis and Pat, they told me some other shit that happened, but we wasn't in for that. So we just went home, and the rest of that night's a different story. And that's it.